I love Treasure Cruise.
I love Treasure Cruise. That's why today's episode is not about Treasure Cruise, guys. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 63 of the Good, Great, Perfect podcast. I'll have to repeat episode 63 again. I just said it, so I'm going to say it again. Episode 63. We're back with the usual suspects. Flame on his last shift. Knight talking about white Bacardi. And you got young Broster still munching on some ramen. And I'm here as well. As per usual, we are now in our, odd episode, which means no Treasure Cruise today. Way! We're going to be talking about Elden Ring, Pokemon Gen 9, and whatever else pops up. But basically, welcome back to the Elden Ring podcast. I'm your host, Captain Papi, and today we'll be going into Elden Ring. But yeah, so I ended up buying Elden Ring. My first Souls game. It's been an experience. I'm getting absolutely fucking clapped, but it's been fun.
The usual.
I think I picked the very generic Knight build or whatever it is, not Nightmare JP build, but just a KNI build. So basically heavy strength, pulled up, Tree Sentinel blew me back 10 times before I got to the first boss. Beat the two first little mini dungeons, pretty straightforward. I beat Margit, which was pretty PogChamp. Yeah. But even before beating Margit, I went in versus Forlorn Bloodhound Jabroni. He fucking sucked dick. Blew him back, no deaths. Got his weapon, pulled up a Margit, bleed was OP. Fucking blew that motherfucker back. But I have not progressed too much further than that. So I'm only up to that early stage. I haven't had much free time. But I know you three gentlemen in this call have trounced the game, I believe. I don't know if Knight's still just taking it very slow. Knight, have you finished it yet?
No, I haven't beat it yet. I'm at the end, though. I'm
there you go.
At the end. Yeah, but taking it slow.
I know Flame's done. I know Todd started his New Game Plus as well. He's going to start his New Game Plus. So, I don't know which one of you three wants to take the stage here, but what are your end kind of thoughts on Elden Ring as a whole, as a project, as a game? What do you guys think?
The thing is if this doesn't win Game of the Year, then it's rigged.
Yeah, I feel that.
Is all I'm saying. I just don't see anything releasing this year that all comes close to this at all.
Breath of the Wild game is 2, man.
I mean, high key, I would be excited for Breath of the Wild 2, but whatever else, it's Ragnarok,
Hogwarts, whatever it's called. That game looks. Sick.
Look, that game looks pretty fun.
I'm so in with the Hogwarts game, dude.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I'll definitely check it out. I'll play it for sure. But I mean, it's no Elden Ring. The thing is a lot of people prior to release of Elden Ring had this ideology that, with the amount of quality that typically goes into a Soulsborne game, there's no way that they could translate that to an open world effectively or efficiently enough. But they did it. The game is really good graphically. It's a very beautiful world. And they've literally hid secrets everywhere. So it really promotes exploration, which I think is really good. So it rewards you for exploring and checking out every nook and cranny in the map. And I mean, it's funny. It's almost like every day you go on Twitter or you go on Reddit, and it just feels like there's something new that someone found that no one had found before. It's absolutely crazy how big this game is, and you really do get your money's worth for it. Honestly, personally, I think I completed the game. I was around 85 hours or something like that, 80 to 85 hours for the full first playthrough. And that was doing essentially almost everything. I'm sure there's some stuff that I missed, but vast majority of the game was about 80 to 85 hours for me. And I mean, it's probably one of my favorite games I've ever played, to be honest.
Ooh, high praise.
Yeah.
Flame, how are you feeling with Elden Ring?
Oh, yeah, give me a second.
This man's Bacardi up. Night, or I'll flip it to Night. I'll flip it to Night. Night, how are you feeling up until the final boss?
I'm feeling pretty good about it. There are I have issues with the game, but I really like it overall. I guess I'll go into my issues. There's I don't think it's really necessarily a huge problem, but they reuse a couple of bosses, and some of them they use quite a bit, and sometimes I I mean, I feel like some of the reused bosses are fine. Like,
Yeah.
there's like two, uh, there's like two like main story bosses that like you fight
Mhm.
twice, but I don't really have a problem with them being reused because I think the way that they did it was fine, and like when you fight them again, like their move set and the characters themselves are different enough where it's like, okay, I can understand like why like it was reused. Like you're playing like the light version, and then the next one you're playing like the V2, where it's
Yeah.
like it's bigger and better, which I like that. But then there's like dragons in the games, and like they just
They're all the
reuse
same,
the
bro.
dragon. Yeah, it's pretty much all the same kind of, and I don't like that. I wish that they gave like the dragons like they do have different stuff. Like one breathes like magic, and the other one breathes ice, and one breathes fire. But
Wow.
they don't really like change the move set.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
No,
like
it's the same moveset, yeah.
yeah.
Yo,
Oh,
So I was
there's like
fuck
slight
that
changes,
boat
but
guy.
yeah. Wait, which guy?
The fucking guy on the boat. You gotta fight him like 4 times.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
I
he's
don't
very easy too.
Yeah. I like the
I
one where
did
he
that the
pulls
other
up with the
day.
skeleton, though.
I did that the other
bitch ass.
day, like my first time killing the boat dude.
Yeah.
It was a waste of time. It was no
Oh, you got
difficulty.
it, Poppy?
I think, yeah, I did. You dingus. This man's had a sip of Bacardi and now he's sloshed out his brainstem.
Hey. Watch your
No, but
mouth,
like
bro.
I go to kill this, like there's this guy, he's like, don't go to the swamp. This boat is gonna fuck you up. And I'm like, okay. I pulled up and I'm like nervous. I'm like, is it gonna be like from fucking like Buccaneers gonna pull up and shoot me in the head? Nah, just some dude like with a fucking horn, just fucking roll it up. And I just fucking blew him back and I was like, see you later.
Yeah. It's cool though. Like some of the weapons in the game are really fun too. There's heaps of
Yeah,
really cool
definitely.
weapons. But for my first playthrough, I ended up using Radahn's weapon because that like the dual wielding blades are like so OP.
Mhm.
But definitely with subsequent playthroughs, I'm gonna try out different weapons. But like, it's cool. Like the blood loss weapons are insanely broken. I know that like Scarlet Rot effects, if you can inflict them to the enemy, are incredibly broken. I do like the fact that there's like elemental builds that you can go for, and magic builds are still incredibly strong when you have the right spells and stuff. And it's
Right.
I feel like it's probably not super well balanced. There's definitely like weapons and sorceries and incantations that are way better than the base, but it's still really fun to like just try different builds and see what works. And you just like see like different videos of people online, and you see, oh, I wonder what weapon that is. I wonder how to get that, or that armor set. So, oh, I really want to wear that armor in my game. And again, just with the fact that like social media is like such a big thing now, like this game has like just gone above and beyond in terms of sale expectations as well. So it feels like
Oh yeah.
every man and their dog has had this game, and the fact that social media is so big around this game has only helped it, and also makes the community much larger as well. I'm just super excited to see what they're going to do for like potential DLC in the future, because I have no idea.
Because
So sick.
the game had what 12 million sales within the first week, which is
It was like the first, yeah.
unfair. You think about that, like that's $1 billion in the first week, which
And
is just
they said
wild.
that Bandai Namco were hoping to reach 4 million sales at the end of March. That was their expectation.
So I think somebody was mentioning that like Dark Souls 3 or something that had 12 million sales within the first like year, or I don't know what the time frame was, but like the reason why 12 million in the first week is so crazy is because it already like outpaced Dark Souls 3 in sales within like such a short time frame, which is kudos to like the developers. And then Miyazaki's on his high horse now, and he well and truly deserves to be after releasing such a just majestical like bit of media.
Another thing as well is the fact that we're so like accustomed to the fact that, oh, a AAA developer releases a game, we just expect it to be unfinished, unpolished, boring, just a terrible piece of work. But the fact that Elden Ring has come out from a AAA developer, and it is exactly what they said, it's even more than what people expected. It's relatively polished. Obviously, it's not a perfect game. There's
Of
still a lot of
course.
issues, especially the PC port has had a lot of problems, and I get that. But
Yeah.
it's received such high praise just due to that. Really, the fact that it is a game that has released, is complete, and is a good game.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Totally.
Yeah,
shout out to
even
Cyberpunk for
on
one
that.
time.
Cyberpunk. 45 gig download. Don't you think that solved it?
Oh my god.
Speaking of that, like when I was getting into the game, I didn't expect it to be as big as it is. Like
Right.
Right?
it's
It's
extremely
fucking
huge. So I
massive.
was like,
It is massive.
what
And
the hell?
like I feel like every single little part of the game has been it hasn't been like it hasn't been like put into an algorithm. It's like, all right, randomly generate the map, put some like camps around, call it a day. I feel like every inch of the map has been handcrafted and made
Yeah.
to fit a particular story, or like, oh, why are these knights sitting around this camp? Like, what do they have? Like, you know, like that's the kind. I feel like that's the kind of detail they went into, and you can it really
Dude.
shows.
It's crazy because in like the capital of the like the continent, when you go there, like it's pretty awesome. Like you've got like the streets and you've got all these buildings you can go, and you can go on the roofs, and then there's like a sewer
Mhm.
system. And the thing is the sewer system, there's a pretty like a bare bones sewer, like it's very quick to go through, but there is another entrance to the sewer, and you drop down this little well. And
Yeah.
the thing is when you drop down this well, it is like a whole other world under there. It is massive. And the only way you get to it is by dropping down this one little well. And you can just walk past it. I walked past it through my first playthrough, and I saw
Yeah.
Carissa got there. I'm like, how the hell did you get there? And literally, it's like a whole other level and world down there. It is
Yeah.
massive. And there's like a boss down there as well. It is crazy that they built such detailed environments, and it's like literally they don't care if you find it or not. That's for you to explore and
Bro, I
find
got
that out for
sucked
yourself.
into
It's
I got
crazy.
sucked into a chest, and I this like at the very start of the game.
Yeah,
sucked
you got the K-lid.
I got sucked into a chest, and then I was in this fucking crystal mine jabroni place.
Yeah.
And I was getting so pissed because you can't go back through the chest to get out. You just have to like you have to just get out. And you leave the first room, and then it's just like fucking bug dude that comes down, one shots me. So I'm stuck in this crystal mine for like 3 hours. And I'm like, I just need to get the fuck out of here. And I was getting so pissed. But that's just to what you said. Like, there's so many random like little nuances and little like paths you can take that kind of like take you to random parts of the world that you may never experience.
Yep. Exactly.
Alrighty, boyos. I got
He's back.
some comments.
He's back.
I got some comments.
Okay, hit us up. What's the other comments?
I really like the game. It's not my favorite Souls game, like Knight said earlier. I do have some issues with the game. I do think it's a bit repetitive at points. Like they reuse and recycle a lot. They reuse and recycle a lot of things. Like bosses and like sometimes like certain like enemies and like areas. They do like some weird shit sometimes. I do think that I only used it on one boss, but they patched it now, which I'm happy they did. But the mimic was the mimic is so OP.
Mimic tier, right? Is that what it is?
Mimic is busted as fuck.
Yeah.
Also, unironically, one of the most OP weapons in the game, which made me cringe, was the Sword of Night and Flame.
That's the goat weapon. The goat weapon.
They nerfed it now in the newest update, which is, I guess, unfortunate for people.
Well, how do you feel about like the fact that they've just like a couple weeks or about a month now since the game's come out, and they've actually come out and done balanced patches? Like, how do you feel about that?
I mean, I'm happy. I mean, a lot of the stuff that they nerfed was broken. Like the mimic was the mimic is busted. Like if you use the mimic, you being everybody's ass.
Yeah.
The sword. No, they had to nerf the Sword of Night and Flame. Like if you watch people on YouTube, like that thing just obliterates when you use its arts. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But I did really enjoy it. There are some bosses that, like, for example, I'm not gonna spoil it, but the boss that Knight's fighting right now is my favorite boss in the game. I also think it's the hardest boss in the game.
Wait, which one though?
It's Melina, right? That's her name, right?
Yeah,
Now?
Melina.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, that boss is very crazy. Um, I ended up running decks like I normally do. I use you start off
Cringe.
with the Uchikisana, which I
Cringe
use.
Dex user. Cringe Dex user.
Hey, crit city, bro.
I'm
I
I'm a,
I
I'm a
actually
I'm a strength Chad. I'm a only strength Chad.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I actually I beat the game 3 times. I got all 3
Bro, this guy's
endings.
got free times, man. He got free time.
Funny enough, like Todd, I believe Todd said he had like 80 to 85 hours. By the end of my third run, I was actually at 90 hours. So,
This man's
Whoa.
speed running.
This man is speedrunning.
well, the 2 other runs that I did, I just beat everybody's ass with the mimic
Yeah,
because
makes sense.
because I'm like I'm not doing this shit again. I already beat everybody legit. But I really did like the game. I do think it has like its flaws. A couple of things
Course.
I have an issue with is I don't like how they don't indicate on the map like certain things that like you've completed. Like if you completed like a dungeon
Yeah.
or like a certain
Yeah.
area, like there's not like a check mark or something like that. That kind of irritates me.
Yeah.
Something else I have an issue with is the aggro. Like sometimes the aggro is
Yep.
so ridiculous where
Yep.
like you literally are so far away from literally everybody and there's no indication that you're aggroed. Like I feel like there should be like some type of indication on the screen that you're aggroed. I feel like that would help out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you could literally like walk in front of a guy and he doesn't even see
You
you.
didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Literally. Like that, and like Knight said, like I don't like the reusing of bosses. That kind of irritated me because none of the other games really have that. Like whenever you fight like a mini boss or a boss, like it's always something different. So
Yeah.
to see like recycled bosses, and it's not like it's just 1 or 2, but they do it a lot. I kind of didn't like that, but the open world aspect of it was really cool. You can like somewhat jump in other games, but like you jumping is like literally like a form of dodging in this game, which is crazy.
I
So
only
like
ever
whenever
jump attack. That's all I do. I just jump
yeah,
attack.
Yeah,
It's
and
fun.
there's a
It's fun.
talisman that like crazily buffs it, which is crazy. But I remember when I first started and I jumped, I was like, this feels so fucking
Yeah,
weird.
it does. It does.
Yeah.
It totally does.
Torrent's like he's like a
The goat.
what's the word for it? Like he's like good but bad. It's like something knife. I forgot what the term
It's a
was.
double-edged sword.
Double-edged
Yeah.
sword, because like sometimes he could be god of the verse, and then sometimes he's a little he's a little pussy. He dies
Yeah,
in
he
one
gets
hit.
one hit and then you're
Yeah,
down. Yeah.
It's so
he
fact.
doesn't on all the time at full health. That pisses me off.
Yeah. But something I really appreciated about Elden Ring is if you play like the Souls games, Bloodborne or Sekiro, like a lot of times like the story is like somewhat hard to follow. Like you're just
Yeah.
kind of just going through it. I actually knew what was going on in Elden Ring.
Whoa.
Like I was like, okay.
For a
No,
Souls
I'm trying to
game, that's
like
a whoa.
yeah, I was like, okay, I actually know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
But overall, I really enjoyed it. I do think it's gonna be game of the year.
Yeah.
But like I said earlier, it's
Hogwarts
not my
Legacy,
favorite.
boys. Hogwarts
Yeah.
Legacy.
I like the fact that also there's like a bunch of secret bosses that like you like honestly because after I did like the main story and I didn't want to do like new game plus straight away. I wanted to go back and like do things I hadn't done yet.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so there are like some bosses that like you get their remembrances from, which you can then exchange to get like their weapons or their
Yeah.
incantations or spells.
Mhm.
And like there were like 3 or 4 of them that I literally didn't find. Like either revolves around a really long side quest or it's just some secret place that you have to just know it's there. It's crazy.
Yep.
So, a question, because I'm ignorant, like 2 questions actually. The first question is any of the content like gated off if you don't do something in a particular time? So you're mentioning like a side quest, for example.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Yep.
That's kind of annoying.
There's,
but,
I
fair
don't know how
enough.
much, but yeah.
There's a specific boss. It's a mini boss, and it's one of the legendary armaments that it's
Yeah.
like one of the legendary weapons.
Yeah.
You have to visit this area prior to fighting. Prior to going to what's it called? You have to get the 2 medals of the Dectus to go up the lift.
Yeah.
If you do that, if you get the medals and you go up the lift, the boss is literally disappeared, and you can't get the legendary armament because you get it from that boss. That happened to me on my first run. Obviously, I
Right.
didn't know about it.
Yeah, of course.
And I had to do it on my second run. Or actually, I think I did it on my third run because I didn't know about it until I YouTubed
Yeah.
it. But yeah, there's stuff like that that's gated. Also, there's I think it's called like Stormville or something like that, or the
Yep.
Stormville Shack. There's a guy in there, and
Yep.
he actually has one of the legendary armaments. You could literally just straight up go up to him and kill him and get the weapon.
Yeah.
But if you get like pretty far into the game, if you go back to that shack, he's literally just not there, and you have to do it on your next run.
I'm gonna make sure to go blow him back real quick. You know, now that you
Yeah.
told me.
So
Hey,
I'm
yo.
gonna go. Hey,
yeah, hey, yo, pause, big buddy.
I'm gonna fucking
Yeah, but
send him to the realm.
yeah, I don't like when stuff's like
That's like that was my like that's you telling me that's a
Yeah.
little frustrating because I'm not
It is.
someone to be like uber meticulous with that kind of stuff. Like, and I don't see myself like I think I'm gonna try to finish the game, but I don't see myself like going and subsequently playing through it again and again and again. Which kind of leads me into my next question. What does New Game Plus actually like do? Does it make things harder? Does it like actually change the game mechanics? Like, what does New Game Plus for Elden Ring like actually like entail?
Well, usually for like Souls games, it like buffs the like bosses, but it's just like a little bit. So like New Game Plus would be like a little harder, and then like the following New Game Pluses would be harder from that one, and then it scales up to 7. But then you would like mostly just lose like key items. So like say you would get a certain item from a boss that's like a key item that you wouldn't normally have. Like you would lose that, and you would have to like get it again from the boss. So it's like that, and then you would also lose like other key items that you would like give to merchants so you can be able to buy things again and stuff like that. So
but you do keep all your weapons and stuff, which is really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Did anybody in here play New Game Plus?
I started my New Game Plus.
Okay. Well, I'll speak on it a little bit because, like I said, I played through 2 entire New Game Pluses. One thing that I really did like is that so basically you have a really big map in Elden Ring, and as you go along, you have to find map fragments, and that basically unveils the unknown areas of the game. In New Game Plus, it actually keeps the entire map. Obviously you can't fast travel to waypoints because that would be OP.
Yeah,
but you can literally see everything, which is really nice. Like Knight said, basically New Game Plus is just the bosses or enemies just get a little bit harder. For me personally, I'm not sure if I was just over leveled, but when I played New Game Plus, I was really strong. Like I was like a level 100 something. So when I went into it, I was wrecking everybody.
True.
But what I do when I go into New Game Plus is I try a different build. So my first build I ran Dex. My second build I ran Strength. So like I could kind of test some new stuff out, so it's not like the same old boring thing.
Because I've seen some things about people saying you can respec. What is that?
You can.
What does that mean?
So basically, when you get up to the second main boss, the second shard bearer in the game, her name is Renalia. And when you actually defeat her, she doesn't die. She reappears in the area that you're in. And you can speak to her after defeating her, and you need to acquire these items, which aren't that hard to get. They're called larva tears. And basically, you speak to her, you give her a larva tier, and it basically resets all of your skill points that you put into any attributes.
And you can redistribute them.
You could distribute them or try different things. And it's really a nice feature, honestly. And I did it a couple times.
Yeah. So then I guess the next question on that I'd have is like, is there a level cap? How does the leveling like? I know that there's like a soft cap on skills, and then like another soft cap. But like, what about like, because you said you're level 120 something. Is there like a cap to like that overall level, or how does that system work?
The max level is 600, I believe.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the way the way it works is as far as levels, like Knight said, there's a level cap. But the thing with the Souls games is when you're leveling up your skills, they have soft caps and hard caps.
Yeah.
So basically, when you're like leveling up your HP, for example,
Yep.
you'll level it up to a certain level, which
Yep.
is like every time you level it up, it'll give you like a decent amount of like of
Mhm.
an increase. But then you'll
Mhm.
hit the soft cap, which then it obviously lowers down.
Yeah.
And then once you hit the hard cap, which is like the really high up, it's not really worth leveling up anymore because what you're getting for that level up, also with the amount of souls or runes it takes to level up, is
Mhm.
not really
Yeah.
worth it. And you should start leveling up other stuff.
Mhm.
Um, so like other Souls games, this game does have soft and hard caps
Yeah.
for
Okay.
your attributes.
Nice.
I think the cap in this game is like 80, so you can go 80
I
pretty much
I
in all attributes.
I did notice it is different depending on what the attribute is because I'm the like the dex hard and soft cap was different than like the health one.
I heard
Yeah,
that
I
like
did hear that too.
the strength was like 40 something was the first like soft cap, and then the next like hard or next soft cap was like 60. It's like that. So I'm not sure how truthful that
I,
is or not, but
Speaking of strength, I just have to mention that how fucking stupid strength is because
strength
fucking
gang.
strength
Strength gang
not
rise up.
not only is strength is stupid and has like the most variety of weapons, but it also low key buffs your defense, which is just
Yep.
fucking retarded.
Strength gang.
It's
Strength Chad.
it's crazy with the most recent patch. Like Arcane now scales blood loss.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
like what
if
the
you
fuck?
level that up, you get more blood loss. Like it's kind of whack. Yeah.
That should be dex.
All right,
Yep. Well,
now I'm gonna start leveling up Arcane. Let's go, boys. My build's getting made
I
for
saw
me.
I saw someone on Twitter like respec and they just put like 80 into Arcane. It's
Oh
like,
my
yeah, let's
god.
go, boys.
Oh
We out
my
here.
god.
So then I'll ask, what was so Knight's at the final boss? So Knight, what is your current build? What are you using as a weapon? Like, what's your current setup at the moment?
All right. Well, I'll say like what I did throughout.
Yeah,
So
of
I
course. Yeah, by
start
all means.
like I always start in like all the like Dark Souls games. I usually do quality build, which is Dex Strength, and I usually go with the Claymore. But so I was going with the Claymore, and then I found this weapon from Bloodborne that also ended up being a quality weapon. In Bloodborne, it's called the Whirligig Saw, but in
Oh
this game,
yes,
it's
sir.
called Giza Saw. So I was pulling
Is
up
that the
with that,
pizza kind
and
of looking
that's
thing?
Yeah.
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah, that's a DLC weapon.
Yeah. So I was using that for most of the game, and
Nice.
then there's a certain characters
Mm.
whose quest line you can do for one of the endings, and I
Mhm.
did her quest line. And at the end of there's a weapon that's like in almost all the FromSoft games called the Moonlight Greatsword.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
I respect to do a magic build for a little bit, and I used the Moonlight Greatsword, and that was really fun to use. And then I went back to quality for a bit, and now with the 1.3 update, I respect to Arcane Dex build, which I'm
Nice.
using right now, and I'm using this katana called the Rivers of Blood, and it's like a fire katana, which is cool.
Nice.
That's
Nice.
Yeah,
cool.
I actually used the Rivers of Blood in my first playthrough. I got it to +10. Its arts is really cool because like when you arts is basically like the special attack of
Yeah.
a weapon.
Mhm.
Like you basically like swing the sword and like blood, like you like literally like it's like you're blood bending from Avatar.
Right.
Like you see the blood come out of the sword and like it's like a rapid increase in blood loss for enemies.
Mhm.
So like you what they call it in like the Souls community is like a crit, basically a critical hit.
Yeah.
So like that builds up like really quick on them.
Nice. Well, since you're on a flame, we'll talk about your first playthrough. What was your story of what weapons you used, what your builds were, and etc. etc.
So for my first playthrough, I ran Dex. I
Yeah.
ran the Uchi Katana, and then eventually I ran. When I got to the Rivers of Blood, I used the Rivers of Blood. But later on in the game, I realized that you could actually dual wield the katanas, which is really cool. So I ran the Uchikatana with the Rivers of Blood at the same time.
Hell yeah.
Um, so I was really excited about that. But I will comment on this since I did play 3 times. My second run of the game, I ran Strength.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of the sword, but there's a sword that like the one of the bosses I was mentioning earlier, the boat guys. There's like 3 or 4 of them in the game, and the boat guy in the snow area actually drops a strength sword.
I know
I
that. Yeah.
yeah, I use that sword. It's like a black sword, and its arts like you basically imbue it with like these black flames. It looks really sick.
Oh. Yeah.
Um, I used that for my second run. That was really
Nice.
fun. Because the difference between strength and dex is dex you build up blood loss so you can get critical hits, but with
Yep.
strength you could actually stagger the enemy a lot more often, which
Yeah.
you can obviously get like the front stabs and back stabs, whatever you need to
Yeah.
do. And then on my third run, I was gonna try Arcane, but I decided not to. I ended up just running Dex again, but instead of running the Rivers of Blood, I ran a Keen Uchikatana, which actually gets the scaling up from a B to an A. Scaling is obviously how much damage you do with the weapon, so any type of increase in it is really good.
Yeah.
But instead of using the Rivers of Blood, I used one of the late super boss's weapons, which is Millennia's.
Yep.
Once you beat her, you could talk to one of the characters in the round table, and that merchant allows you to buy the boss's gears and weapons with runes.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought her weapon because not only is it just a great dex weapon,
Yeah.
but it also has it's like a 50. It's like they have like a number for how much like a specific stat does, and the
Yeah.
blood loss stat for her weapon was 50, which is really high. So I used that with my Uchikatana, and since I was like really high level at that point, because that was my third run,
Yep.
yeah, that was pretty
It was
fun.
Roman people. So just before I jump
Yeah.
to Todd's, another stupid question, I suppose. Like you mentioned, like with New Game Plus, you keep everything. Do your like weapon upgrades and like that kind of stuff also maintain?
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, they say the
Cool.
same.
So everything you own except key items stays the same. So like your level, your items.
There are some
your...
key items you keep,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
like main
And
story items. Yeah.
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 And yeah, and a cool part about New Game Plus is the when you're leveling up a weapon, you can get there's 2 types of weapons. There's like a basic weapon, and then there's like a unique or a legendary weapon, which
Right.
require different types of materials to level up.
Yeah.
Basic weapons can go up to plus 25,
Mm-hmm.
and like the unique or legendary weapons can only go up to plus 10, but they require different types of stones.
Yeah.
The stones, the the maximum level stone is limited in which you can find them. So that's why it is good to
Oh.
play New Game Plus, because you can actually
Right.
get different types of weapons to that
Right.
highest level.
Right.
So that's what I did end up doing like
Cool.
later in my runs.
Cool. And then Todd, what was your story?
I really wish I started with the samurai, but I ended up starting with something a bit different. I went with the bandit with like the dual wielding scimitars, and I definitely changed that really quickly because they were pretty bad. They were
Oh, no.
absolutely awful. So I used that for a while, and then ended up finding a merchant like to the south of the starting area that had this really cool greatsword called like the Zweihanda or something like that.
Oh, yeah, this is what I
Yeah.
had. Yeah.
So I ended up using that for a vast majority of my playthrough until I beat Radahn, and then I got his weapon and his armor set, and then I pretty much use his weapon throughout like the entire duration of the rest of the playthrough. It's just
Yeah.
it's so good because when you get it, it like you only hold it in one hand, but then when you like hold it in 2 hands, you actually get 2 of them, so you don't actually
E.
get one. So when you do your normal combo, you basically do double damage, and it's pretty incredible.
That's cool.
It just hits so hard. And yeah, that was pretty much all I used. But then after I beat the game, I started experimenting with a couple of different weapons. Like the Sword of Night and Flame was really, really good
Goat
fun
sword.
to use.
Goat sword.
And one of the secret bosses drops a really cool like thunder spear.
Oh yeah.
That's incredible to use. Has a really cool weapon art. And yeah, in my second playthrough, I'm using like dual wielding katanas just to give that one a bit of a try.
I was just about to ask what's your plan, but dual wielding katana seems like it's gonna be the
Yeah,
play
it's
for
good
you,
fun.
I suppose.
Yep.
Yeah, that's.
How about
I mean,
you?
like me. I mean, I barely start. I'm not like much. I mean, I just got like that. I went and killed that forlorn bloodhound. I got his sword. I spec'd him more into Dex, and now I'm just running
Yep.
shop with that pretty much, and that's been super fun because I think his arts is like probably not the best, but it's just really fun to like watch the animation happen. I think it's pretty cool. So,
Yeah.
so I'm like that's me for the time being, but I'm definitely like a two-handing boy. Like I'm definitely like a great sword kind of like kind of guy for sure. Like if you use a
You
shield,
gotta hold it with two hands.
if you use a shield, you're a
Yes,
pussy in
sir.
my eyes, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you use a shield in Souls games, you're a fucking pussy. That's on everything.
Yes, sir.
This is my first
God.
Souls game too. I'm not using a shield. I'd rather die to Margit 300 times than I would block his attacks with a fucking shield. That's not everything too. But
Yes, sir.
no, it's been fun. Like it's been super. Like it's been hard. At least like for me, it's been like just even like trying to kill like regular enemies. I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna hop on torrent and just blow people, like just fucking annihilate them. Because I was so funny. So I was like telling you guys like the tree sentinel thing. As soon as I got torrent, I was like, alright, I'm ready. I'm ready to fucking kill this motherfucker. And I beat him and I was like, yeah, this is fucking sick. This game is lit. So I was in for life.
I just wanted to say I just got a glazed donut and this shit is good as fuck.
This man he's not in control of his senses right now. But is there anything else you guys want to particularly talk about? Like they have itching like feelings to like say to people about Elden Ring? Anything in particular you guys wanna put out there?
Play the damn game.
Play the damn game.
If you guys have never played a Souls game before, like this is
a great.
I
I feel like this is a great place to start. So I feel like Elden Ring gives a lot of freedom to like whatever you want to kind of do. Yeah, I think the open world factor is also really sick because it's like you could like get lost exploring for like hours and not even progress the main. That's what I did pretty much. Yep. I didn't go to like anywhere near like Margit for like a long ass time. I was just fucking about dying to like random ass shit, like you know. So like it was.
Well, I think that's the way the game's like was built. It's like you know they really point you towards Margit as soon as possible, and then like when people realize, oh shit, I can't beat this guy, it really promotes the exploration. Yeah, you go check out somewhere else and level up. Yeah, it's cool.
No, I think that part's really fun. I think also if you're a nerd that goes and farms souls on your first playthrough, you're a piece of shit of a human being, and I don't respect you as an individual. Because that's so cringe. Like, because you could easily go and farm, because supposedly there's like some crazy good farming spots. You can get like hundreds of thousands of souls very quickly, right? But like,
it's like at the end of the game, though.
Like,
anyone
could do that at the start. Yeah. You could sit and kill the fucking rats at the start of the game for 300 hours. And then go. It's like in Pokemon. You could go get your starter at level 100 at the very beginning, and then you blow the whole you complete the whole game in a second, right? That's not the. I think the benefit.
Yeah, that's not fun.
Elden Ring is like there's always a challenge to it, and like dying is your fault. That's how I live with Elden Ring. The same way I think about like Mario, for example. The game is so like well made that if you die, majority, if not all the time, it's the player's fault, and it's not like the boss's mechanics or the boss's fault. I might be wrong with that, but that's what I kind of think is the way the game's designed.
No. Listen, that's cap. The reason I say that's cap because sometimes they be making the fucking map where you fight the boss so cancer. Like
that's the point. That's the
point. When you fight Margit, bro, you be flying up the map. They be like tombstones
and
shit you be rolling into.
Bro, do you know how funny that shit was? The amount of times I had a good run against Margit, and then like I just walk off the edge of the map and just fucking die,
dude.
That's my God. It was so funny. I'm like, all right, yeah, second stage, I'm feeling it, and I'll see ya, and I'm just like off the edge of the map, bro.
Or you roll into like a random fucking tombstone,
and it doesn't break. These swords on the ground that don't break. Bro, he was living rent free in my head the whole fucking time, too. You know, saying that I wasn't strong enough for you piece.
They do that shit on purpose, though. They
100%.
specifically design it to be cancerous.
I think it's because like it's in it to get deep. I think it's like a psychological like tactic, because it sucks you in completely. Because you think you're doing well, and you think you have a shot at beating this boss, and then the game just fucks you, and then you die, and then you get back in. It's a gambler's fallacy. It's you're like, this one is the run. I can do it this time. And you get killed by fucking getting stuck on a tombstone that you can't break or whatever. So I think it's definitely plays in the hand.
So which boss so far has been everyone's favorites that they've encountered?
This is you guys for sure. That's a great question.
Wait, my favorite or the hardest?
Who was your favorite boss first that you've versed?
Which boss did you encounter and you're just like, oh man, that's like a really fun fight.
That was really well made, yeah.
Well, my favorite fight is the hardest fight, which is Melina.
Okay, interesting.
What about Knight? What are you thinking? Favorite boss and hardest boss?
Yeah, I don't know. I also right now I think Melina is also my favorite boss, but I haven't beaten her yet, so I don't know if it's right for me to say that's like my favorite. But I would say my favorite one besides her is Godric. I don't know. That fight's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he has my name.
Yeah.
Okay, dude, okay.
Yeah. That's a match.
Yeah, I did. I don't know if you guys know the flight reacts meme, but when I saw him, I was like, "Hey, it's me."
Bro, this man, Godric's so wrong, bro. No shot.
Yeah, Godric, like it was like that was probably my favorite fight as well. Like it was like a really fair fight. Like they went into like stupid gimmicks that were like hard to dodge or anything. It was just like super fair, and like the spectacle of the fight was pretty sick too.
Is it just me, or did you guys feel like Margit was harder than Godric?
He was.
Yeah,
definitely.
I thought he was too.
Yeah.
Okay, thank God. That gives me confidence.
When I was fighting this guy, I was like, bro, how is this the first boss? This is hard as fuck.
Like that's what I love. That's like I think that's exactly what Todd just mentioned, in the sense that like the game pushes you so hard to go verse him, get absolutely decimated, and then says, by the way, there's all this other stuff you have not touched. Go explore that for a bit, and then come back and try again. I think that's the whole methodology of the game. At least for the first part of it, for sure. Fuck that crystal place, man. Those bugs live rent. That was the most.
You know what's the funny? You know what's the funny part about that trap chest? Because I didn't use it when I first started the game. My friend did, just similar to yourself. Yeah. But if you actually know where to go, literally when you take that trap chest, because I did it like later on, the waypoint itself is like literally right there. It's like a troll basically.
Yeah, and I didn't know that. I ended up jumping around on the platforms or whatever. I went through a door, down the ladder. There was another like grace area. Pop that. Try to travel. No shot. And then I end up there's like a branching path like into the mines. Or was like into this like blood fucking land or whatever it was. This like really crazy house. And I went to I kept going into the fucking mines. Kept getting absolutely destroyed. And I was like, I'm gonna go the other way this time. And I just kept sprinting. And bro, I was so mad that night. I was so mad.
I was gonna say this, despite at what point you encounter these enemies or what level you are, those centipede enemies are just they're just cancer.
They're always annoying.
Never worse.
Why the fuck is he on top of the first house that you like the door you exit? That motherfucker is right there. Why is he right there?
It's that move where he shoots that white shit at you.
Those needles,
that move is just and especially like if you have like 2 or 3 of them, I'm good.
Dude, I still hate dogs and birds in this game.
Dogs in FromSoft games.
Yeah, they make them
enemies of all time.
They're so
cancer. Yo, those fucking birds that throw the barrels at you. Oh my god.
The ones with like the swords for legs or whatever.
I'm good.
Them, man. Fuck them.
It's
so dumb.
No, the enemy I hate the most are the land octopus. Have you seen
Oh,
that yet,
true.
Poppy?
Yeah. Fuck
What,
those guys.
Remind me what they look like. What are they? Like the big
It's-
like ball
they're
like of.
Yeah, they're balls and they're like gray, and then
Oh yeah,
they have
I've seen. I avoided those motherfuckers straight
No.
away. I was
they're
like,
so
nah.
annoying.
I was like, nah.
The
no
cool
way.
thing
Nah.
about it, you can cut off their limbs, which is cool, but then they grow back eventually.
What?
So if you don't, yeah, so you have to like kill them fast. But I hate them so much.
Nah, you know who I fucking hate? The fucking bum ass Burger King guys that be
Who?
spamming magic.
Bro, any
which guy?
magic spammer, any magic spammer pisses me off so much.
Like, you know who I'm talking about, right? The guys
Yeah,
with
I
fucking
know
Ryan
exactly.
Lucaria. Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
those guys.
Oh, the Burger King. Okay.
Yeah, nah, I don't
Those
mess with
guys
them.
Oh my god.
On the low ski though, those I know they're probably easy as fuck though. But when I was like, cause like when I first started, you know how like one of the first dungeons is like those little gremlin dudes with like little like the blood.
Nah,
loss.
those little
That's-
gremlins.
I
no,
Yo,
fucking
they're
hate them.
aggressive.
I fucking hate
They're
it, bro. I was
aggressive.
getting, I like walk in, but let's have some fun. I'm dead. 2 seconds because you cut me 3 times. Blood loss.
Nah.
I'm dead. I'm like, fuck off, man.
Yo, not only are they aggressive, but they fucking hit hard.
They do, and their blood
Yeah.
loss is so annoying.
Yeah, they do blood loss too. True. Yeah.
And there's so many. They put like 8 of them in the same room. So I run in. I'm gonna kill them all. I die. I'm like, all right, next time I run in, grab the item, and I just fucking sprint all the way out. Like, so I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna sit here and
Oh,
survive.
Have any of you guys done those dungeons where you have those like roly-poly spiky things that go
No,
up and
screw
down?
those dungeons. Those are the
Dude,
worst dungeons.
they suck.
Those are horrible.
It's so bad.
God, they're cancer.
Oh.
I have one to do. It's like the Azura Hero's Grave or whatever. I have
Yeah.
to do that one, and that one is cancer because there's like 5 of them.
Oh
Yep.
no.
You know,
It's the worst thing
You seen
ever.
the one with lava? Is that the one with lava, or is that a different one? 'Cause
No,
the one
that's
with-
a different one, but I've seen that one.
yeah.
I
The
did
lava
that
one's
one.
pretty cool. I won't spoil how you get through it, but it's a really cool way on how you get through that.
Yeah.
you know what other enemies really aids? Not the little ones, but the big bears. Yo, those big bears.
Oh no, dude.
They will
Dude, see
chase
the one
you.
that spawns out of nowhere? Like the guy turns into it. Have you seen that one?
Yeah, I had
No.
that happen to me the other day.
Dude, that
I
scared the shit
backstabbed
out of
the
me.
dude, and then he died, and I was like, "Oh, cool." And then a lion popped. I was like, "Yo, what the hell?"
Yeah. Nah.
Oh my god, dude.
I was gonna say, not only do those big bears literally you can't outrun them, but they have so much fucking health, it's insane. And speaking
Nah,
of
dude.
lions, that one lion, like that lion that you could fight, that lion is crazy. Like the actual enemy. Like
Yep.
Yeah.
they have one in like the capital
Snow.
area, and then there's also one in the
Mhm.
snow area. That thing is super aggressive.
Oh,
what
man,
if- yeah,
the
what if-
bear's charge attack is insane. Like,
What
if
if
you
there's-
don't prep for that.
What if those beast guys with the horns that shoot arrows at you? They're friggin' snipers. Have you seen
Yeah,
those?
yeah.
Oh, the
yeah.
Misbegottens? Yeah.
Yeah, they got
Yeah.
fucking throwback Thursday to fucking Call of Duty Zombies. Yo, those guys got Deadshot daiquiri. They
Yeah,
don't
bro.
miss.
These guys are crazy.
God.
Times. So yeah, Elden Ring's pretty good.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yeah. Play the
that
game.
said.
Yeah, that's it. Play the fucking game. That's play the game. Don't use a fucking shield, and don't farm
use the
souls.
mimic, you pussy.
Yeah, don't use. I mean, so what got like? So it got nerfed, right?
It
Yep.
did.
It's
So
still good, but it got nerfed.
no, it's not nearly as good because what they did with the nerf is they not only did they change the behavior pattern of the mimic, but I believe they also, I don't know if it cannot use it, but it does not use the Estus as often as it normally did,
Yeah,
which
so
was a big
the
problem.
So the mimic tier at level 10, so the max level, now has the same health as at level 1, and the attack
What?
power is the same as level 1, and it no longer has a health potion, and yeah, the behavior is different.
Whoa!
Wow, they changed the health and the damage they do
Yeah.
varied by the level. Wow, that's
So
trash.
that's I still haven't like because
Yeah.
I had like I don't know what happened with me. I can't use the fucking cube thing to spawn nothing. It doesn't work. Unless I missed something.
Oh, you need to get the summon bell.
I need to get the fucking bell. See, I've just been running through every fucking bot. I'm summoning
If you
nothing.
go to the round table, if you go to the round table, one of the merchants there can sell you one for like $100.
Yeah, usually buy it.
Okay, I will do that now. I probably won't use it still because I'm not a fucking bitch. But you know.
Yeah, some of those summons are pretty cool.
Buy the game.
Some nice ones.
Buy the game.
Yeah.
That's let's end the podcast here on a happy note. Just buy the game, man. just do that. Speaking on summons though, Pokemon Generation 9 announced.
Ooh. Dude, that announcement trailer was whack.
Bro, that was the perfect trailer to do Detective Pikachu 2. Straight up.
Yeah,
it was right there.
Absolutely debated.
Did you guys anticipate Gen 9 to be announced this early?
Hell no.
No.
It was
No way.
Very quick to... Very
it was funny because like I was excited as hell when they started showing the actual gameplay, but then I looked further. I'm like, oh wait, this looks like fucking dog shit. It looks like just as bad as Arceus.
On the low-ski, it looks worse than Arceus. If I'm being real with you, I don't know why.
It's just like
it kind of does look
empty.
Worse.
It looks lifeless. And then the frame rate's terrible too. I mean, it doesn't help that they have to use the fucking Switch, but...
Bro, imagine they could make it for the PC, man. Imagine, bro. It'd be over. But no, you gotta use the dick-ass Switch.
Yeah.
We got an announcement. We got a trailer. We got, like, not gameplay, but we got, like, the world. We're like a little fucking school kid in Spain, essentially.
Yep.
And then we got shown the starters. What team? What team are we in, lads? What is it? Spigito? What's the duck-looking motherfucker? Fuck yeah!
I'm trying to look it up now. But I'm Team Firestarter.
Donald.
Don't
give me gamer.
For me, I always have to wait till I see the final evolutions.
True.
Where are you leaning now?
I'm probably gonna go with the cat.
So the cat is a
Sprigatito.
So the fire one is Fuecoco?
Fuecoco? And Quaxley.
And Quaxley, yep.
I know Flame's picking Quaxley without a doubt in my mind.
Oh no, man.
Yeah, that's good. I'm Team Fuecoco, bro. That little fucking dragon dinosaur
that's the thing, is like,
so cute.
Whenever we get like, reveals of new starters and stuff, like, it feels like the Pokemon community, they're able to develop better designs than whatever the Pokemon company could ever create.
Yeah.
It's so disappointing because, I mean, when we saw Sword and Shield starters, well, we had really high hopes, but I mean, we're pretty let down, honestly, like with what we could have potentially got.
These damn mods, man, hopping on their hind legs all the time. Fuck off.
I hope we get some good designs this time around, especially like legendaries. Like, who knows where the hell they could go with these legendaries? Because Scarlet and Violet doesn't really give us a lot to go off of, really.
Bro, if I mean, pull up a legend is called purple, I'm a fucking throw hands. I swear to God.
Well, I mean, that's one thing at least, is we know that one legendary will be red and one will be purple.
Let's go.
That's all we could really.
I'm looking at screenshots now, and it just the character looks so weird. Like, just like like the design. Like, I didn't mind the design of what was the game, Sword and Shield, all that much of the character design at least.
The character designs, yeah.
I think they did really well in Legends Arceus for the character design too. So I don't know why they've decided to change it up with these weird ass bro. I hate the school uniform. It just looks so I don't know. There's so much shit wrong with it. So
is it based off of Spain?
Apparently it's based off Spain.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Bro, I typed in Gen 9 and the first thing that popped up was Genesis 9 from the Bible. I'm scared.
Oh wait, how do you guys feel you get different school uniforms depending on which game you're in.
Yeah, exactly. So wow, man, which school for uniform do you like the most, dude? Neither. None of them at all.
None of them. I wish it was character customization.
How do you guys feel about the open world? At least that's what we can believe it's going to be, potentially.
Like the Arceus style of game?
Yeah, that's what it looks like from the trailers, right? Unless I'm looking at it wrong. It
I
kind of
feel
looks
like at
it's
this
very
point they
similar.
can't really go back to the old school
100%.
Pokemon
I agree with
games.
that without a doubt.
Like it's just
Yeah.
that's literally like a de-evolution, no pun intended, of the series. Like I feel like the Legends Arceus was just such a huge game changer. They need to stick with this current method. I mean, even like all the reviews for Arceus were overwhelmingly positive,
Yeah.
despite its issues and graphical problems that the game has. It was still a fun game to play.
I agree.
Even like I recently like I went back and played like some of the older Pokemon games over the past
Yep.
few months, and like the games are like they're not as fun to play. I don't know whether it's just me as a person or what, but like Legends Arceus was just so different. It was so refreshing. So if they go backwards, it's just dumb. They just don't need to do that. So or even something different. Maybe they got something else planned. I'm not really too sure, but I'm excited to see what else they do.
I'm just a little concerned that it's gonna be what you said, like a really empty world.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's
Okay.
that's a big stress of mine. So I feel like, especially after, I mean, like, and I guess it's really hard to compare. Like even after playing a little bit of Elden Ring, and how like everything in Elden Ring seems so purposefully placed, and like the world never really seems like there's nothing to do. I kind of compare that to like how Legends Arceus works, and I feel like whilst there's a lot of Pokemon around abound and such, it still feels like super empty. It feels like
Yeah.
there's nothing. Like, oh, you can throw some Pokeballs at some Mons and do this and that, right? But like otherwise, there's not much to do, and that's my concern. Is that especially when they have a Gen 9 game coming out, that's most likely going to have like an 8 gym system to an Elite 4, blah, blah, blah. How are they going to handle open world? Are they going to make it open world but have a linear story? Are they going to allow you to like go to the 8th gym at the very beginning? Like what's the kind of like how like that's where I'm kind of concerned is how do they approach that style of gameplay? It's like because I would really like it if like you could go to any sort of gym from like 1 to 8, right? But it would scale based upon how many gyms you've completed in the past. So you could go all the way to the 8th gym from the very start of the game, but then that gym would be scaled to say that like technically it's like the first gym. It has like 3 mons, like
That would
really low
be
levels or whatever,
cool.
right? So then you're not restricted into where you're going and how you take the story. But like I guess it'd be frustrating if it was like advertised like, oh, Scarlet and Violet are these open world Pokemon games, but you have to go from town A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E if you want to progress the story because it's a linear fashion.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
So like that's my concern.
Like
overall.
in
the
like
only-
Sun and Moon. Oh no, you go.
I was just gonna say the only concern I would have with that is it would be kind of hard to do that as well, considering like say you go from like the first like your starter town all the way to the 8th gym,
Right.
and then around in like the later game areas is where you have like usually like evolved Pokemon and stuff. So
right.
what if you have like let's say Tyranitar in that area?
Yeah,
I don't think it would be like I don't think like you should be able to. I mean,
catch Tyranitar, then come back and just fucking
yeah,
pull
yeah.
up.
Well, I think it would be hard to say you pull up with the starter and then be able to fight like a Tyranitar like as your like first mon basically, and then
yeah.
Right.
I don't know how you could do that and like make it.
I guess you could you could algorithmically scale it, so you could have like an algorithm in the back end that kind of like checks where you're at, and that would be super hard because I reckon that'd be a lot of development time and a lot of like strategy. But I feel like that could be like, and I'm not sure. Maybe it's stupid, but like I could personally feel like that'd be a better way to handle open world than it would be to be like, oh, it's because like I fucking hated the wild area, whatever it was called in Sword and Shield.
Oh yeah, it was.
I thought that
Pretty
shit
whack.
was not fun, and it didn't add. Like, it was just like a tech demo for Legends Arceus, essentially. That's all it was in the grand scheme of things. You know, so I would hate for them to be like, "Oh, these routes in between town A to town B, it's basically the wild area, except there's no like load screens or like it's just like, well, it's just open. It's like I don't fucking care if I'm. It's a Pokemon game. I'm not exploring like Elden Ring. I'm going from town A. I'm going to town B. I'm fucking up the gym leader. I'm going from B to C, C to D, D. I'm just doing that. And maybe that's because of my fault how I play the Pokemon games. But like Pokemon games have never given me something to want to like explore and want to like talk to people, and there's never been that kind of feeling for me. Legends of Arceus a little bit, but a main story game, very rarely does that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
mean,
feel you.
I definitely do. What's the word?
Explore.
I definitely would like to do like what you were saying before, like go to like the like last gym and then like potentially fighting that as the first one.
Yeah.
I would really like doing something like that. I just don't know how. Look, well, I'm sure like a lot of people assume like Game Freak's pretty lazy, so I don't know how they would be able to. Well, in the way that they have done their games in the past and whatnot, how they would be able to do that without making it feel weird. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I agree.
I don't know how they would be able to make it enjoyable.
Does is like very story driven / linear / like,
yeah.
This guy is portraying like Leon in Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield is like he's the champion and he's the like. Imagine you put up to him as the first fucking like enemy you verse and you beat him like
right.
You know, it would break from what they've tried to create as the story. So I totally understand where you're getting from there. So I guess like I guess I'm just really nervous that the open world nature is just gonna be absolute cheeks. Like it's gonna be really just poorly designed, and that's my concern. Heavy.
Yeah.
What were you gonna mention, Todd, like, a bit ago?
Pokemon hasn't really wowed me that much.
Yeah.
In a hot minute. I mean, yeah, Arceus was fun, but I wouldn't say I'm over Pokemon games because I'm definitely still going to play them, but I just nowhere near as excited for them as like other series. Like I was really excited for the Diamond Pearl remake, and that was a lot of fun. But you know, it's been and gone.
But it was
nothing
shit,
really
man.
Special.
I'm a king of teen, like it was bad. Like it just wasn't good. And like obviously like it's a 1-to-1. Like, I get that, but at the same time like do some hot shit, add something, change something, do like a little bit different. But I will say, I really hope that they introduce the IV system from Legends of Arceus into the main story games. So I feel like that was
pretty good.
It was sick because no longer did you have to spend all this time breeding and like doing this and that. It's like if you just had to have these items and then you'd feed the items and then it would like boost like those particular stats. I thought that was really well designed. Like, it was a really good idea to do that. So I hope that they take that, and I hope that they also take across the move tutoring, the move learning as well, and the evolving systems. Like those 3 systems are really good, like really well made systems. So I hope that they continue those going forward now. But yeah, that's Pokemon. Flame. Any comments? Are you alive? No,
he's dead.
Moving on. He's actually
Bacardi got him out.
Man has
Bacardi got him. Yeah,
man's had a sip of Bacardi and a glazed donut, and he was here for the Elden Ring portion, and that's about it, really. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about? Do you guys want to talk about Batman? I know Todd watched the new JJK film. I think we also chat about the One Piece chapter because I feel like that's an important thing to talk about too. But did you?
Watch Batman?
I haven't seen the Batman
movie. That's not Batman.
There you go. You guys can have a discussion about it. What do you guys think about the Batman film?
I think it was probably. Is it my favorite Batman movie ever? It's probably, I don't know. Dark Knight is still up there for me. That movie is like I can watch that so many times over and over again. Like I've watched Dark Knight like maybe like 20 or 30 times. It is such a good movie. Like the thing is with this film, I loved the first watch experience of it because it's unlike any other Batman film that we've had previously. It's like it's an established Batman. He's been Batman for a while, and I love the fact that they're very heavily leaned in on this detective aspect of Batman rather than him just being the typical superhero. He's actually
Yeah.
being almost like a cop. Like he's
Yeah.
actually doing detective work. He's actually hunting down these guys, in the sake of the Riddler being a bit of a prick and trying to hunt him down. And I think it was just a really well made film. I love the cinematography. I wasn't a big fan of the soundtrack personally. I feel like
Oh, really?
yeah, I wasn't a big fan of it, but the
Okay.
the movie in and of itself as a whole, I mean, I loved it. It was so good, and it's such a shame because like I know that some people really liked it, like me, and there were some people that didn't like it because it wasn't similar to other Batman
Like
films
your
that they've
dad,
experienced
right? Was
before.
it? Was your dad
Yeah,
young
like
or
nearly
something
every
like
other family member of mine that's seen it didn't like it, but
that? That's so
I'm the odd
wild.
one out. Either way,
Uh,
what do you think about Night?
I really liked it. Personally, it's probably my favorite live action Batman movie for me. I really
Mhm.
like what you were saying earlier about the detective stuff, and I like that it was different from the superhero thing, and I like that we start off with the established Batman. He's been doing this for a little while. Like he's new, but it's not like an origin story. Because I don't know. I feel
Mm.
like it's kind of annoying whenever we get like a reboot of a superhero.
Right.
It's like, oh, all right, we have to do his origin story.
'Cause it's
We have to
so
kill
Oh, we've
his
easy.
parents
seen.
again.
Yeah, we have to kill Uncle Ben again, or oh yeah, this is how Spider-Man got bit by a spider, or oh he built spider stuff. He's a spider freak. I hate that. Like
Damn,
when
I'm a
we have to do
spider
this all the
freak.
time.
I'm a spider freak, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I
But
feel
yeah,
that. I feel
like
that.
I feel like it just gets repetitive, especially for like characters that have been known for like 50 years or whatever. I don't think it's that old, but it's pretty damn old, and like everyone and their mom knows who Batman is and stuff. So I just like that it's just straight in the meat and potatoes. Like, all right, this is Batman. He's doing his thing, and I like that he's not like the best at his job. Like he like fucks up a lot, and like
Yeah.
you can tell like, oh damn, he's not really that good at this, but I like that. It like
Yeah.
as a like character, like he like grows, and even at the end of the movie, he's still getting like his ass kicked and stuff at times. So
Yeah.
I like that. So it's not like oh Batman, he's like weak at the beginning and he's like learning, and then at the end he's like beating up everyone. He's untouchable. Like he's like a flawed character throughout, and
Mhm.
a lot of
Yeah.
people didn't really like Patterson's Bruce Wayne, saying that like he was like
I
a
was
good
about to say that.
Batman, but he doesn't really change as Bruce Wayne. But for me personally, I didn't mind it too much. I felt like the way that the movie like portrays like Gotham is like is a really bad place, and
Oh
it's
yeah, it's
not
depressing.
a fun time. So like being Batman like affects him so much that he like sort of like stays in the Batman state even as
That's a
Bruce
good way to
Wayne,
put
which
it.
I think that's like a nice way that they did the movie. So I appreciate that.
Mm.
But I do understand that people have criticisms about Bruce Wayne because like Bruce Wayne's usually is like the chill, well not really chill, but he's more of a like, oh I'm a billionaire,
Outgoing.
haha,
Yeah.
happy guy. But in this one he's like super depressed as shit, which
No, yeah,
I
legit.
I
Like
kind of
he was
like
like
that. Yeah.
yeah, he was like super like he's just a super dark person and like
Yeah.
he's a damaged person. He definitely has issues and he still hasn't really gotten over what he experienced as a child and he kind
Right.
of like he sees himself in like some of the other or at least the one other child I remember seeing in the film like he looks at the child and he kind of like recognizes what the kid is going through
Mhm.
and
Hmm.
it's kind of interesting to see that even when he's not putting on the Batman suit that he kind of he just feels like he's got the same vibes
This
he's very
movie makes you
quiet
really
he's
feel like Batman.
but yeah, I think there is I think it probably is a criticism that he isn't a different person, I guess, when he is Bruce
Yeah.
Wayne. I feel like there probably needed to be some kind of change. But then
Right.
again, as you said, what you making some good points tonight, saying that Gotham is an awful place to live, and they don't shy away from that. Like it's probably one of the worst places you could possibly be living, and the crime rate is super high, and
Other
people
than New
everywhere.
York.
Yeah, it's
New York, baby.
it's literally Kalen.
Fact. So I'll ask you then: do you think Mr. Robbo, Mr. Pattinson, does a good job?
Yeah,
Yeah, I really
Where-
like him as
Where
Batman.
do you
Proved a lot
think
of people
he's-
wrong.
Where do you think he stands amongst the other Batmen?
oh man,
I put him up with the Nolan. What's
Christian
Bale?
Christian
Yeah,
Bale,
the
yeah.
Bale Batman.
I haven't even
Yeah.
watched much of the other like old school Batman stuff. I haven't really watched any of that stuff, to be honest.
Yeah.
I
I
guess
was a
in
big fan of,
comparison to Christian Bale, then like how do you think
I was
he
a big
does
fan
in
of
that kind
Affleck's
sense?
Batman, to be honest.
Yeah, that as well.
Because he was such a menacing dude. Like he was actually like really built and shit. Like and he
Yeah.
was like a hardened warrior. Like he'd
Yeah.
been through it all. He's a really experienced Batman. I think that his character and his build and his aesthetic fit Batman very well. And
Yep.
it's just different. The fact that this is a young Batman. He's only just started, so he's not going to have that experience. He doesn't really have like the body, quote unquote, for it, I
Mhm.
guess. But it's good. If you haven't
So
seen
then-
it and you're a big fan of Batman, definitely go watch it.
Out of 10, let's do this. What are we going to review the Batman film out of 10?
9.2.
Wee.
I give it a 5, 9.5.
I was about
Seriously,
to say
a 5.
Man's like singing all these praises. Like, yeah, 5 out of 10 film is okay.
Yeah, I'll rate you a 5 out of 5.
Let's go. And Flame? Yeah, nice. Alright, I don't know if I haven't seen the JJK film. I don't think Knight has either. But I guess Todd, if
No,
you want to
I
do
haven't.
if you want to do a quick like minute or whatever on JJK film, what'd you think? What was your overall result out of 10? Kind of dealio.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It is a prequel to it's basically set like a year before JJK season 1 starts, and it
Okay.
kind of follows a protagonist which will eventually come to the main story at some point. A protagonist that works with the year 1 students of the time, but now because of season 2, it is the year after. So the students that were the year 2 students of Jujutsu Kaisen,
Yep.
like Maki, the guy with the that speaks ingredients, and the guy, the panda guy. So
Yep.
those guys are year 2s now, but in the film they were year 1 students, and then this student came along that was working with them, and it was just really cool that he had a really cool backstory, really dark backstory actually, and just kind of shows his development through the series, gives a little bit more backstory, a little bit more just information on some of these other students that we saw in season 1, in season 2 here. And also the freaking animation. Holy, the animation was absolutely incredible.
Yep.
But saying that though, I had a really good time with the film. If you guys have seen Jujutsu Kaisen, you should definitely go and watch it if you can. Saying that though, I did feel like Demon Slayer film. I felt like that film was way better.
Okay.
And even though you can't really compare it, it is a lot different. But
Yeah.
comparisons are going to be drawn either way.
Of course.
I think that the Demon Slayer film, I feel like just hit different. That was just it was a more impacting film. Like it was just more emotionally driven. I really enjoyed that one a lot more. But it was a good watch. It was a good experience. So if you guys are fans of JJK, check it out in preparation for season 2. In I think it's the start of next year. It comes out, something like that.
As well.
All right. As someone who's I only looked at like the first like couple of chapters of JJK. I haven't really gotten into it, but I plan to like finish reading it eventually or catch up or wherever it is right now. What you say as someone who like potentially wants to go into it, would it be a good start to watch the movie first, or would you say it's better to read or watch like the first season before, because it might spoil some stuff that you wouldn't know before watching a movie?
That's a very good point. I do think you should probably watch the season first, because there's
Okay.
like like backstory and lore about like what the world is and how like the quote unquote magic system works in the series.
Yeah.
So I feel like
Okay.
you should probably watch the season to get more backstory first. It does
Yeah.
go through it very briefly, like near the start of the movie, so
Yeah.
you
Mhm.
understand what's going on. So for people that may not have seen it, they get a little bit more backstory.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like you get more out of it if you watch the season first,
Okay.
or read it, whatever you want to do.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Out of 10?
I'd give it probably 7.
Nice.
It's good.
I gave it a JJK. JJK.
Perfect. I think we'll end today's episode before our Q&A by talking about the chapter. I'm not going to give a fucking spoiler warning because fuck you, piece of trash. No, I'm joking.
One Piece chapter 1043, lads.
Yeah. So I'm not going to put a spoiler warning on the screen, but we're going to say it anyway. We're talking about the chapter, you know, like, and as this is our podcast to talk about whatever we want, it's just going to be discussed regardless. So just, you know, click away if you don't want to listen to this thing. But if not, we're going to chat about it. 1043, titled We
Man.
Die Together. Fuck.
Jeez.
That's a chapter name.
So it starts off with Kaido absolute fucking destroying our young Luffingtons.
Shout out to CP0.
Employee of the year, the GOAT,
Right?
the greatest employee of all time. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That
Dude,
was-
that man
I'm
knew what
mad
he
he
was getting
sneaked
into.
them, bro.
I
I'm so
am
mad he
too.
pulled
I
up
am
and sneaked
too.
them, bro.
I am too,
But
bro.
I appreciate that. It was like, all right, screw it, kill me.
Yeah, he accepted his defeat. He was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna die, but I completed my mission, kind of thing.
Did
You
any
know?
of you guys get spoiled?
I did not.
No, I
thankfully
was so
enough.
lucky.
I was so
Lucky,
protective.
yeah.
I was so protective of everything that I saw.
Just a heads up. Apparently, for the next chapter, there's going to be a double-page color spread and something else relating to it. So,
Let's go.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up. I'm pulling up.
getting a cover and a lead color page in Weekly Shonen Jump issue 18.
Oh,
Yep. So
jeez Louise.
they're hyping up, and there was also like a little excerpt like that was being shown around saying that this is a big chapter. So, yeah, stay very cautious once again.
Yes, everyone stay safe out there. But
All
yeah,
right.
like Knight said, you know, it's like this is the part that actually like destroyed me when it says like Victor Kaido. I was
Right.
like,
Yeah,
holy,
dude.
because they only ever do that when a fight is actually over.
It's over.
You know?
Yeah.
So for him to say Kaido's like either Luffy's dead, like Luffy's straight
No,
dead.
well, that's the thing though, right?
yeah,
Is that yes, Kaido did beat / kill Luffy,
quote unquote.
but now Kaido has to go up against Joy Boy.
True. So we continue the
True.
chapter. Yes. Anyway, everyone starts crying, and then, bro, because it like there was a good like conversation that was had on like Reddit or whatever. I know, rare, right? Like it was people talking about like during the fight, like Luffy and Kaido's fight, you start to like feel not necessarily bad for Kaido, but you start to like side with him a little bit. Purely because like the way he's fighting is like it's out of fun. It's out of like he wants to have a good fight. And like in
Yeah.
a sense you kind of feel sympathetic, right? But then when he like gets off the roof and he starts going back to the bottom floors, he just starts fucking killing everyone that's in front of him. So you immediately realize like this guy is actually like a villain. Like genuinely like he has no care or consideration for it. He doesn't care about having fun or having a good fight or whatever. He's genuinely there to just destroy Wano. And like,
Yep.
and that's about it, which is crazy to think about, right?
And it
Well-
is interesting because if Kaido really wanted to end the war, he could just literally kill Momo right now. So I don't know whether
Totally.
it's like he doesn't know where he is, or it's just like he's asking him to give himself up, or for his people to give him up, almost as if like submit that you've lost, surrender,
think,
so
yeah,
you can
yeah.
become my slaves. Like he wants to basically diminish any hope that
Yeah.
the alliance has.
I think that you're
Yeah.
100% right there.
Yeah. It's pretty nuts. I mean, seeing that, okay, so your Kaido come down, he's just destroying everything.
Marco, my
Even
goat.
Marco holding
my
up.
goat.
Yeah.
My goat. That's my goat.
Yeah, dude. Marco trying to hold off Kaido's borrow breath.
And then, like
but
you said,
I don't know how long he'd last
bring me
against
Momo,
that.
And then the law pirates and the kid pirates protecting them, which is sick as hell.
Yeah, Gene Bart came through.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
sir.
You pull it up. But I think what you're mentioning the Momo thing is exactly the conversation that like Yamato and Momo have. Because Momo's like, well, let's just give up. Like, like Luffy's dead. Like, let's just give up. Like, it's like, what else can we do if Luffy like couldn't beat Kaido? And then Yamato's like, nah, bitch, we fight till we die. So I think like that's definitely an eye opener for Momo for sure.
Yeah, because it's like, would you rather, submit to Kaido and let everyone become his slave and live miserable lives, or go up against him again and have that slight, ever so small chance of winning, even though you might die? I feel like the death might be better than having the rest of your life in slavery and in just in awful conditions. I feel like what Yamato says is kind of truthful. So it's, come on, it's do or die. Let's get it together. Let's beat him up, man.
Right? Like, you might as well at this point, right? Like you have no other option. But the thing that absolutely fucked me was the Zunisha part. What were you gonna say, Knight?
I was just gonna say, I think it's kind of crazy. Like, I kind of understand, and definitely in that situation, I probably would do the same thing too. But it's kind of crazy. You go in the past 20 years, and then it's just like, oh yeah, we're doing this thing again, and then it's like, oh no, let's back down again. Let's just give up.
Yeah,
we lost.
You have to remember that Yamato, Momonosuke is only still a kid technically.
Yeah, that's why I understand that definitely, but I don't know. I just think, especially like after your mom teleported you in the past to find like these people, and then your dad got turned into ice cream. Like,
bro, come on, come on, man.
I mean, like, after you see that, like, I feel like you would have like a burning passion inside. Like, you'll be on some Batman stuff. Like, I am vengeance.
So Shinobu's like aging thing, is that like forever, or is that just like, do you think it's only for a duration of time? The way she like aged up Momo.
Yeah.
Is that a forever thing?
I don't remember.
Is that only for?
I think they said it was forever.
Fuck. That's. I mean, not really, because it kind of just aged 20 years. So like.
Yeah. So he's like his appropriate age.
Yeah. Technically, this is what he would be like anyway. And then you get to the. Fuck, man. The Zunisha part is crazy. This whole conversation that Zunisha has with Momo is the most wild thing. It really takes me back. What do you mean, Zunisha? I can hear the drums of liberation. This is the first time in 800 years he's there without a doubt. ... Joy Boy. And it's just Luffy smiling. That's the most crazy shit I've ever seen in One Piece history.
And then break.
And then Otter's like, fuck you, we're taking a week off, you trash bags. Like, god damn it.
Oh, man.
There's one more thing that we haven't talked about that happened in that same panel. Law also heard Zunisha talking, which is kind of crazy because they haven't really shown that before. So it's kind of crazy he can hear like the voice.
Law's a demon. Law's a strong man.
Yeah, what does he say? He says, Straw Hat's voice has vanished. Yeah, like he even says it, which is kind of whack. And I saw someone post a panel of when they were on Zoe, and there was a point where like Momo and Luffy, when they were, where Luffy could hear Zunisha, and like Momo was communicating when Jack was attacking. And there was a panel where like Law had like his hat down, and he was just like ... like almost like Law could almost hear it as well, but it wasn't like shown. But like there was a panel on Law that showed that he was at least sensing something.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do you think is up with this whole Joy Boy thing? Do you think Luffy's Joy Boy? Is the hat Joy Boy? Is the Devil Fruit Joy Boy? What's is Luffy awakening? Like what's everyone's? Because I know there's a lot of theories out there right now as to what technically Joy Boy or like what it kind of means. What do you guys think is the situation here?
I feel like the devil fruit has something to do with it.
It has
I'm
to, right?
going to guess because like that's the one that was like locked up. It was stolen.
The funny,
Shanks
bro,
was freaking out when Luffy ate it and stuff.
That's the funniest shit to me is that this motherfucker Shanks got this. Like, how? Who is Shanks, man? Like, who is this guy? You know. Like, it's wild to me, like how like Shanks is like that whole story, like that in the Jinbei fight, and then you like think back and you're like, yeah, bro, Shanks had that. Like, it makes no sense. So I can't wait to see how those dots are connected at some point too. But I agree. I think like the devil fruit is
also,
like embodied by Joy Boy would be my guess, or something along those lines.
Yeah. Also, like them having like the world government saying they have to kill Luffy immediately. So
Yeah.
I feel like all of that definitely has to do with the devil fruit, at least in my opinion.
I saw people talking about how, Kaido knows a lot about this Joy Boy shit. He's said it a lot throughout the fight, and how he's consistently said that death is what completes a person.
That's right.
And people have a theory of maybe Shanks told the 5 elders, hey, Luffy has this devil fruit that you should be very cautious of.
Yep.
And then he's told CP0, hey, you should probably kill Luffy. But that's what Shanks wanted them to do to awaken Joy Boy potentially.
Because
Ooh.
what I kind of thought was like maybe Kaido didn't know if it was based on the devil fruit. Maybe Kaido thought like he was Joy Boy, so that's why he's trying to kill himself so many times.
He's wanted to become Joy Boy.
Exactly. So in an attempt to become Joy Boy was like the whole kind of plan for him. Was like that's why he attempted like suicide so many times or attempted to kill himself so many times. Because he thought like because that's what he believed, right? He believed that death like completed a person. So maybe like if he died, he would reincarnate as like Joy Boy. But now it's interesting, like what's gonna happen, like obviously Luffy's Joy Boy. To what extent, if it's a reincarnation, if his body's a vessel, whatever it is, what happens after? Like, does Luffy just return back to normal after the fight? Does he change? Like, that's where I'm kind of like very like clueless on. Because you can't just have motherfucking now Joy Boy pulling up for the rest of One Piece. Like, it's, you know, what the fuck? Who's this guy? Look who's back. It's Flame. Come back to the grave like Joy Boy.
But how long have I been gone?
This man's disappeared into the ether is what he has done. But
we're on One Piece now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
But yeah, like, what do you guys think's gonna happen? Like, what is gonna happen there? Do you think that like Luffy's just gonna like reincarnate, or he's gonna be like a vessel, or like what's the play? Do you think?
Yeah, I think Luffy will be fine.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna come back. He's gonna be firing all cylinders. He's going to beat up Kaido. And, well, look, I don't think it's going to be like an ultra power-up where it's like all of a sudden he's like completely untouchable. Like, obviously, Kaido's taking a lot of damage throughout the fight. Luffy's taking a lot of damage. I feel like we're pretty much at the end of like this fight. I feel like Act 3 should be wrapping up within the next 5 chapters.
Wano's going to end soon. Totally going to end soon, which is crazy to think about.
So, I feel like it's probably going to happen. I feel like maybe Kaido like lands on the capital after being defeated or some stupid shit.
Yeah.
And then Momo saves the town. I think Zunisha's probably going to come in and like douse out the flames on the on the
That's I didn't think of that. That's actually a good point.
Yeah, it makes sense because they're struggling to put out that fire.
Yeah.
But why is Zunisha arriving there? What is the goal of Zunisha being at Wano? Right? Like, I get, Joy Boy's there, so that's why I got to be there. But like, what's Zunisha do when it gets there?
I think that's the whole point. I think Zunisha is like obviously in some relation connected to Joy Boy, whether it's a companion or like he's forever bound or something.
He gets absorbed into Joy Boy.
So Luffy becomes a fucking elephant.
Wait, no. What if Zunisha moves Wano off of that huge plateau it's on to make the borders open?
Oh.
So like,
Hmm.
so it's up on that huge like waterfall area. So what if
Yeah,
it's
that's
able to
right.
move Wano from on top of that back onto the normal level of sea, so that it's now got open borders potentially?
I could see that.
Could be an
I
option.
could see that. Like, I just
Yeah,
think like Zunisha's arrival is very strange, but obviously it has to be very purposeful too. Like, he wouldn't just
Yeah.
make Zunisha pull up to Wano if it wasn't for like a major reason.
and
Yeah.
also like I really want to see what's going on with the warlords.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah, definitely.
so has Boa beat the shit out of Kobe yet, or?
Bro, if Boa
Kobe
loses,
soloed.
bro, if Boa
Kobe
lost to
solo.
Kobe, I'm pissed. Bro, if Mihawk lost, I give up. I give
Bro,
up.
no shot.
Mihawk is my goat. You can't make him lose, man.
I still
Well-
believe the theory that Mihawk was a part of Shanks' crew.
I think so too. What about Weevil? When's
Hmm.
Weevil gonna come back into the story?
Bro, that man hasn't been seen since.
He's saying he's like
Yeah.
Whitebeard's son, but I'm like, I want to know more.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck
Yeah,
is this kid?
what's his purpose in the story? You know?
Exactly, because he
Yeah,
was
like,
brought in so arbitrarily and so randomly.
Yeah. By
everyone's
the
like,
way, there's this guy
okay.
that claims to be Whitebeard's son.
And like everyone just doesn't believe it. But what if it is true? What if it actually is, bro? Whitebeard pumped that little fucking grandma bitch? Like, come on, dog.
Oh my god.
Come on, dog. Come
Maybe-
on, dude.
maybe
She
that-
had the
maybe-
gums out.
That's why I can't.
Oh no!
Come on, man.
Shit.
She must have had the gums out. You know what I mean?
What if her purpose in the story is to be like the conduit to get the Rock's backstory? Maybe.
Oh,
I don't know.
Oh.
maybe she had
Maybe.
a connection to Whitebeard, but she wasn't like married to him, or like didn't have a child. I don't know, something along those lines. So maybe she was
Yeah.
connected to Whitebeard through the Rocks Pirates or something like that, and that's the reason why she brought back this like random ass kid. Maybe that's Rox's kid or some shit. I don't know. You never know this. Good chapter though. Good chapter.
It was. I'm very
Very
much
good.
looking forward to 1044.
100%.
Yeah.
Well, from everyone's favorite section into their favorite section. Just kidding. It's actually everyone's favorite section. It's the Q&A.
Oh, let's go.
Let's go. As per
Ooh.
usual, if you got any questions, send them through to us at GGP Podcast on Twitter or via our YouTube community tab. First question comes in from Lipo. I'm going to say Lepokin, aka Vince Smoke. He asks, rank the
Ew.
five from worst to best. Radahan, the Crystal Trio, Melina, Margit, or Commander Nile. Nile, whatever. Neil, I think.
Yeah, Niall,
Nile,
Yeah.
I think.
What do you think from
Okay.
worst to best?
Well, it depends, because if we're talking about like the design of the character or their backstory or the actual fight itself, I feel
let's
like
talk
it varies
about the
because
fight. Let's talk about the fight.
Yeah.
the fight itself. Oh,
Yeah.
I hated Radahn a lot. I think his fight was absolutely dog shit, but I love.
Whoa, what?
character.
That's
he's-
crazy.
Dude, I hated dying and then having to walk freaking 3 miles to get back to him.
Come
Oh, it was
on.
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah.
worth.
Yeah. I hate the beginning of the fight, but when you actually get into the fight, I think it's
Yeah.
really fun.
His lore's really cool. How like he learned
Mhm.
gravity magic so that he could still ride his little horsey.
Horse, yes, sir. Go,
He's got
Wow.
some
my
sick ass
boy
gravity.
Leonard.
Radahn's
up?
cool. The Crystal Trio, they're lame, like actual lame.
I haven't
Yeah,
seen them yet.
they're garbage, bro.
They're so stupid. I don't even know if they got any backstory or anything. They're pretty lame. Melania's badass as fuck. She might be number 1 to
Yeah.
be honest. Margit, he's actually kind of cool, but I feel like
I like
Margot,
Margit.
the other version of him is just better.
Mm.
Mhm.
And then
I like
Men in Black.
Neil.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. He's got a really interesting fight.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, definitely Melania number 1.
Yeah.
Probably Radahn 2.
I'd say Neil, Margit, and then Crystal Trio last.
Yep.
Done. Easy as.
For me personally.
I'd probably agree.
Poggers. Next question from Alex Wisniewski, aka one of our members. He asks,
Let's go.
someone might have asked this before, but describe your favorite burger.
Ooh.
What do you vibe on a burger?
Patty. That's it.
Just patty, no bread. Just the meat.
So,
Straight
No
meat.
sauce, no nothing.
Dry ass
me,
patty. Are you guys a chicken or beef person for burgers?
Depends how I feel.
Depends, yeah.
I was gonna say, as far as a burger for me, I can't no longer eat like a single patty burger. Like I have to eat like a double whatever.
Man's wildin'.
I can't, bro. If you eating like one patty, you low-key a bitch. I'm not gonna
Bro,
lie.
that's crazy.
What if that one thick?
What
It's a
if that
real
one
thick
patty's
patty.
the same weight as the two patties you're eating?
Don't matter. You still one patty bitch,
My
bro.
god. Flame the kind of guy to use a fucking shield in Elden Ring, man. That's all I gotta say.
Nah, bro. That ain't me, bro.
I am the type of guy to eat pizza with a knife and fork.
That's
Nah.
crazy.
No, crazy.
Nah, you the type of guy to slap some peanut butter on your burger.
Oh
Yes,
my
sir.
Absolutely not.
Yes,
no,
sir.
no shot.
Yes,
Oh.
sir.
All right, rapid fire. What are we? All right, we're making a GGP burger. All of us bring one topping to the burger. What are we bringing?
Egg.
Nice.
Pickle.
No, don't do that.
No, I said pickle. Oh my
Man
god.
said pickle. That's
Pickles are
great.
goaded.
Dude, why do
shit.
Americans love pickles so
hashtag-
much? It's so
Hashtag
gross.
man, just eat- Why you gotta pickle the cucumber, lad? Just eat it raw. Pause. So you know.
Yo.
All right, so Knight's bringing eggs. Flay's bringing pickles. Todd, what are you bringing?
Beetroot.
That's Australian.
Oh, what? What?
Classic.
Some
Fuck
beets.
is that?
We're going with some beets, bro.
Beats by Dre?
Yeah, you
Yes,
better
sir.
pick stuff out of here.
You gotta go with some cheese, though. You gotta
That's
get
what I
cheese
mean.
too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with some
Definitely.
fucking some camembert cheese.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
need some bacon.
Yeah, put some bacon
Yeah,
on that bitch.
alright.
Wrap it up. All right,
Bacon's
that's the
so
I-
good.
I like some iceberg lettuce. A little
nice,
bit
Alright,
crispy.
yeah.
nice. So that's the GGP
Um,
burger is bottom. It's
Or
bun.
actually,
Go for it.
we gotta ask this each. So what sauces do you like on your burger?
Ooh,
Because it can vary from person to
Ooh.
person.
That's a good question.
I mean,
So, hmm. So
You can say-
it depends, right? Because sometimes for me,
yeah.
sometimes I love mayo on my burger. Sometimes sometimes I like
crazy.
ketchup. Sometimes I
Oh,
like
yeah.
mustard.
That's
Sometimes
wild.
I like a buffalo sauce. Sometimes I like barbecue sauce. It just depends.
Yeah, I think barbecue works, not mayo.
I think I'm a
Let's go
very.
with that.
I'm getting heavy
Yeah.
into like we made this homemade like chili paste. So we just chopped up a bunch
Okay.
of chilies
Yeah.
and like bake. It's really hot like kind of paste, and putting that on like anything just makes it way better. So I'm definitely like a
That's dope.
chili paste kind of
Yeah.
guy with my burgers. I reckon now, for sure.
I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Or some hot sauce, something
There you
like
go.
that.
I don't know what we said for our burger, but someone in the comment section can construct it for us. There you
Yeah,
go.
I was gonna say, like if I have to put something, I'll probably put ketchup. But sometimes burgers are really good without any sauce on them.
Yeah, as long as the meat's actually like cooked well, and like there's still like
Yeah.
juices coming out of the
It's
meat.
juice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like like then it can be fine because like it mixes well. But sometimes there's some dry ass schmeat. You need some sauce in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
'Cause
Exactly.
I've seen
Sometimes
like a
places
couple
do blend the
videos of
secret
like
sauce.
I've seen videos of like YouTubers like trying like different burgers from like this from like the same restaurant, like a whole restaurant's menu worth of burgers.
Yeah.
And I've seen so many times in American restaurants where they'll like open the burger to show what's in it, and there's like no sauce, like for like a chicken burger or something. There's like no sauce in it whatsoever, and I don't understand that. Like I feel like if you go to a fast food restaurant and you order a burger and there's no sauce in it, that's just kind of weird
It
to
was
me.
a
I don't
chicken
know.
burger with no sauce, and that's dry.
It was
It's
like
a dry
literally
burger.
it was just the two burger buns, the chicken, and like a couple pickles, and that was it.
Nah, that's crazy.
Like that's whack to me. How does that
That's
even?
so
No,
crazy
no
to
shot.
us Aussies.
Yeah.
Man. I don't like that.
No
That's
I mean-
weird.
No thanks.
No thanks. No.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. At Arth9, if you would be an OPTC debuff like burn bind or whatsoever, which one would you, which would each of you be?
What the hell?
It's such a weird question.
Attack
We have to-
down.
We have
Knight's
to
attack
pick
down.
like. Oh, we gotta pick one that's already in the game.
Yeah, pick one that's in the game.
Oh
Knight's attack
shit!
down. That's crazy. That's so disrespectful.
I'll be fucking despair.
Damn. You alright,
Yeah,
man?
that's dark.
Man, you okay? I'll take paralysis.
Oh damn! Okay.
Damn.
But it's a hard boss fight, if I'm being real.
Getting jiggy with it.
That's what I'm saying.
Alright, I'll be normal attacks only.
Bro, hey, yo, man.
Oh no, man.
Nah, that's the worst one.
Yeah, no, I can't fuck with you.
Bro, that final stage is shit. What a bad. You pop into the final stage, normal attacks only, despaired, attack down, and paralysis. Come on, dog.
No, wait, no, the real question is who's poison?
Fucking, I don't know, Joba.
Oh no.
Jobski. Alright. Next question from at Octohaven. They ask, what classes and color do you think the Ulti Legend coming this year is to be? Do you think it's going to be a super class or super type legend? Been following the series since the beginning. Get the gums out. Yes, sir. Well, I don't even know if there's going to be an Ulti Legend this year, so that's a pretty optimistic. Hey, all right,
yeah, there's a vote.
Yeah, we voted for you, dingus.
Yukata one.
I can't believe you guys knew
the
that.
summer one.
I didn't fucking remember that at all. This is summer Ulti Legend. That's kind of weird, man.
It's hard to guess what it is because it's just going to be whatever they need to get around the boss fights at the time. Is what it's going to
be. That's such a hot take, but he's not wrong. He's not wrong. It'll be a shitty ass superclass legend that no one gives a fuck about. That's what it would be.
It'll be like Powerhouse and something.
I'm sorry, Octo.
Yeah, sorry, Octo, man. I'm sorry we couldn't make your dreams come true, but
you ready?
You ready for it to
be a? You ready for it to be a TM legend that's low-key a better Kizuna legend?
I mean, it's going to continue happening. Okiku and for insight into the next episode, Okiku and Izo better PvP legend than they are a TM legend. I'ma just say it. So like, they've fucked up 2 TM legends in a row now.
Kaido Crew, like one of the best treasure map legends, and he's
way better TM legend than Kizuna legend. So like,
and then Bon Clay. I mean, he's just the god everywhere.
Actually, Bon Clay's the legend of the year so far. I swear to God. Fuck Roger Whitebeard. Fuck Luffy Crew.
Yeah,
Bon Clay's my goat.
Ayo,
my goat.
He's pretty good.
All right, next question from at Mr. Zima. Favorite Elden Ring boss and hardest Elden Ring boss.
Godric for favorite. Hardest is probably Millennia, but I also hate Radahn. He was pretty. They've patched him, so he's easier now. So.
Yeah, I would say the same.
Nice.
Yeah, I said it earlier. My favorite and the hardest was Melina for me.
Perfect. Nice. All right. At Obsidian Steed has 3 questions. You can choose a superpower, but the others choose a side effect to go with it. Oh, shit. Okay, so one person chooses a superpower.
Oh, no.
It's like monkey's paw. We'll do a monkey's paw. We'll only do it for one person because it's too much.
Okay. I want the ability to control and turn into electricity.
So you can control and turn into electricity, but as soon as you touch the ground, you die.
Oh, what the fuck?
Damn, what the fuck?
That's how electricity works. That's how electricity works. It's grounded. You get into the electricity, you can't go into the ground. Get grounded, son. Why do you think there's a third prong on your fucking plugs? At least for Australians. It's grounding. There you go. So that happened. Get dusted. Dustin's gonna hover around. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Legends of OpenTC. I'm floating right now.
The floor is indeed lava.
Alright. Perfect. Anyone else have one? They want a monkey's paw? What superpower would you be, Knight? What superpower would you want?
I don't know, man. I guess the teleport. That'd be useful.
You can teleport.
You shrink 2 inches every time you teleport.
That's a lot, man. God damn.
Dude's out here popping OG Gear 3.
Not gonna pull up like he's fucking half a foot tall running around, bro. Come on, dog.
Oh, you can teleport, but you can't choose where you teleport.
That's crazy.
Oh, no.
That's crazy.
Bro, just teleport to a volcano. Come on.
Oh, you can. That's good. That's good. All right. Next part of his question. Jump Festival will have information on film Red next week. What are you hoping to see them talk about?
I want a trailer. Actually,
Yep.
they said March 28th we're getting something. So
Oh,
yeah,
perfect.
probably
Yeah.
a trailer would be sick.
I just want to know what the fuck the film's about. Like that's about it, really.
True.
I have no idea.
And what's the Shanks involvement related?
What
to
are the
it?
Straw Hats'
it-
involvement? Is my question. What the fuck are they going to do in the film? Like, what are they up to?
I'm ready for Shanks to pull up and clean house.
Kill Luffy. Nice.
Damn.
So he can become Joy Point. Let's go.
I wonder if the film's going to have any huge revelations, kind of like when Stampede came out and they revealed that the final island was Laugh Tale, not Raftel.
That was a log post
Like
to
that-
it too, which is kind of crazy when you think about it.
Yeah, so I wonder if Film Red's going to have anything like that
I'm
significant.
sure it will. I'm really sure it will. And then the final thing here. Can you recall a time where a TV show / anime subverted your expectations?
Oh,
That can be in both ways. So you went into it and thinking it was going to be bad and it was really good, or then you went into it thinking it was going to be really good and it was really bad.
every My Hero Academia
Let's
film I went
go.
through,
Let's go.
I was expecting it to be okay, and it was fucking dog shit. Dude, the My Hero films are actually terrible.
My Hero in general is stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on a downhill slope now.
I think the
For
manga
sure.
is really good, supposedly, but anything animated is fine.
Not right now. Not
Oh,
right
no.
now.
Oh no!
Oh no,
Yeah,
I got
it's-
sus.
Yeah, I mean, there was some cool stuff, and then something happened, and it just. I don't want
Oh.
to say it's bad, but it's like questionable, and he's like,
Oh,
you could definitely
no.
tell he's like rushing
He's
to
trying to get it. He's
finish
trying to
it.
finish it. Yeah. Okay. That's
Yeah.
that's upsetting. That's upsetting.
Yeah, I'll just say that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I think Attack on Titan's another one that really subverted expectations for the better. that show
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
actually godly.
Yeah. Except the end. Yeah. Ending for me
It could be
is
better.
fucking horse shit, but that's me.
I heard Dr. Stone ended recently, and
It did.
my friend Jacob was telling me about like the ending, and I'm just like, that's just weird. Like, I don't know. Like, I think the start of Dr. Stone, it's always the start is always really good, isn't it? Of
It's
all
because
these
they get
shows.
rushed and they get told like you have to finish this manga this year, and it's like if they weren't planning for that, then like what the fuck do? You know?
But I
you
feel
just have
like
to
if you're gonna
finish it.
start a series, you should probably know how it's gonna end, right?
Bro, no one's
Bro.
I feel
so
like
Otter.
you should probably at least some idea of like, okay, I know that the ending arc, it's gonna end here. The villain is this is the reasons why the villain is
Yeah.
doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
But it feels like Dr. Stone didn't have any of that, and it felt like very convoluted and rushed.
Maybe
Again,
he
one of
invented
those-
like fucking I don't know like neurospace travel or some shit, and he started flying to the moon. We'll see you later.
They pulled the hunters. So they were like, so this is the real world.
Oh
That's
no!
crazy.
And then you wake up and it's all a dream.
Oh shush.
You wake up and you realize it's been 2 years since the last chapter.
Bro, come on. Bro. Oh, he's on break. I swear, man. He's on break, man. I swear. All right.
He's not playing Monster Hunter right now.
Yeah, and didn't a new one come out as well? So he still playing the new one now. Like, come on, dog. All right. Next question from Ray. Oh God, Ray G Boner. Pause. So pause. What a great name, but also what a
Hey yo,
hey yo, indeed. Love this bi-weekly series, guys. Keep it going. Any good anime recommendations? Flame, take the floor, Chief. Chief CEO of anime.
Well, Right now, some of the hot stuff is My Dress Up Darling. It's a pretty popular show.
Yeah.
As far as anime recommendations, I'll just stick with some new stuff. Next season's gonna be pretty popular. Spy X Family is getting an anime adaptation.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen the trailer, but I'm really
The
excited to
trailer's
watch
sick.
that.
The trailer's sick.
Kaguya's coming back.
Let's go.
So that's gonna be pretty heat. Shield Hero's coming back.
Cringe.
First season was So if you want to check that out, you can check it out. Komi-san's coming back, which that was pretty good. But of course, I always recommend my favorite show, which is Steins Gate.
There you go.
Steins Gate. Steins Gate's pretty good.
Yeah.
Still one of my favorites is probably Death Note, though. I love Death Note.
Death Note's the place to start.
Death Note. The premise of Death Note is just amazing.
How do you think of that shit? That's my question.
Yeah,
like,
some people.
How do you conceive of that? I'm dumb as shit. Like, how the fuck do you conceive of like that as a concept and like really make
my man's dumb as shit.
Like,
that's
you know what I mean?
I would love to
dumb
drop
as shit.
somebody with a
Cut.
fucking book.
But yeah, I don't know. People are so smart. Like even just Oda, man, he's the guy.
Bro,
I don't know how
Oda is writing right now the greatest piece of fiction of all time. Period. End of story. There will be nothing that comes close.
As questionable as it is with the ending and all, Attack on Titan's writing for a vast majority of it was absolutely phenomenal.
138 out of 139 chapters were 10 out of 10, and the 139 chapters were 1 out of 10. So he almost wrote the greatest piece of fiction. He was like, nah, JK, Oda is alive still, so I won't do it to him, you know?
All right.
Next question. TheLordShiro. He asks, also another member as well. What thing do you guys want most out of Scarlet and Violet? All I want is a good storyline, unlike whatever the heck Gen 8 had. I'd probably agree. In a sense too, but I'd also just want it to not be like really boring, like that kind of stuff.
Poppy, but did you know that Leon had a Charizard?
Bro, I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna beat you up. That motherfucker was spinning around and putting his finger in the air like some fucking god knows what.
I just want good starter designs, honestly.
I just want cool mons, like just like actual, like not like.
Yeah,
and Gen 8 had like 2 cool mons. That was it.
I want Pokemon that are not slow as fuck either. Because they have some type of hard on with making Pokemon look really cool, but then they're slow as fuck and then they're trash.
Facts.
Yeah. I just hope that this new gen actually has a lot of newer Pokemon, because if I remember correctly, Gen 8, it didn't have that many new Pokemon.
Not really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so I agree.
I'm just hoping that there are a lot of newer Pokemon, obviously with cooler designs, and they need to do whatever they decide to do with like the wild area. Please just don't make it better than whatever the fuck Sword and Shield was.
Facts.
They need to make the region really cool too.
Yeah.
Nice designs with the environment.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder how they're going to do competitive play. Because like with VGC, how are they doing that right now? Like, are they using they're using Sword and Shield still?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, it's still Sword and Shield.
Yeah, so I feel like the combat in the game probably has to be upgraded, because the actual trainer v trainer combat in Legends Arceus was pretty bad. At least in my opinion, I didn't like it. I much prefer the old style combat, at least. So they need to do that. They need to go back to the old style. And the gimmick of the game, you know, we had the Gigantamax.
That's a good point.
So I don't know if they're going to do G-Max again. I hope not. I mean, everyone wants Mega Evolutions again, but
I don't want no gimmicks. No gimmicks. Please. I beg of you. No gimmicks. Make it fucking raw ass mon on mon. Like, I don't want no fucking gimmicks, man.
Hey, yo,
pause.
You'll have some crazy ass minds,
bro.
Hey, relax,
bro. You wild.
One time say Pokemon X on Google.
little freaky ass.
Bro, I'm typing in hashtag Pokemon Master Sex, man. What are you talking about? Like, I don't know what you guys
Oh
are.
yes.
I'm just trying to find Pokemon Masters EX.
You better keep that energy for the captain's lodge, bro.
That's what I'm saying, man. Hold on. All right.
Holy.
Final question. As per
Cody.
usual. Yeah, it's that guy. Cswins, like another member. Hey guys, as always, love the content. Thank you for what you do. What's your platform of choice? Personally, I've always been an Xbox man, but I'm interested in your takes on the benefits / negative of PS versus Xbox, Nintendo being a firm third place console-wise. You guys Xbox or PS boys?
PS.
Yes.
When I was younger, I was Team Xbox, but I'm now PlayStation.
Yep. I'm the
When
same.
I was younger, I was
Through high
Team Xbox. Now I'm Team PC. Gonna
Let's
play,
go.
Oh yeah.
gonna play Hogwarts Legacy on my computer. Don't get it twisted.
Yes, sir.
Hope it's good on PC.
I
unlike Elden Ring.
bro, it's gonna be so shit. I guarantee you. Like the trailer looks cool as fuck, and I'm not the biggest Harry Potter fan, but I'm still gonna buy it because I think it's gonna be fun as hell. But I reckon it's gonna be.
Yeah.
I wonder if
absolute
there's gonna be
fucking
any co-op
dookie.
mechanics in it.
That's what I hope there is, because it'd be kind of a downside if there wasn't.
That'd be sick. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Pull up, have a co-op, let's play. I'm down. Let's go, dude.
Let's go.
And as
Play
per
with someone
usual-
on the Switch.
Oh no.
Oh hell no!
Bruh,
It is
come
coming
on,
to
dog.
Switch.
It is coming
guys
to
it's
all-
on
Switch.
Switch.
It's crazy.
It's on all consoles.
That's so
You guys-
crazy to me. How the fuck's it gonna run on the Switch? That's what the fuck.
You
Come
guys
on.
all. We should all play on the Switch and then talk on the mobile app.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Fuck Discord. All my homies use Nintendo Online to connect, dude.
God.
Jesus. And now for the food questions. Should a Pop-Tart be considered a form of ravioli? No.
What does
No.
that mean?
It's not pasta.
I guess because a Pop-Tart's stuffed, but like, no, ravioli's pasta. Shut up. He said mind blown. Bro, Cody, man, I don't know what marriage is doing to you, but
I think the peanut butter is starting to hit.
it's fucking,
Yeah.
it's seeping into his fucking brain.
Hey man, don't blame the peanut butter, bro. Come on.
Deep dish pizza. Is it a pizza or a casserole?
The pizza.
It's a pizza.
I can understand where he's coming from, but it's definitely a pizza.
Should chili have beans in it?
Yeah.
Beans.
Mm.
I'm indifferent. I can have it with or without.
I don't mind, but
Damn.
I think beans are cool. I mean,
Yeah.
okay. This next question is fucking wild. I just read forward. I don't know, man.
Wait, I just
That's-
read it. What the?
yeah. I don't know, man.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm not using those words. I'm not using those words. With
Wait,
regards
because I
to-
can't read it.
With regards to chicken wings, which is better? The drums or like the flaps?
The
Is what I'm
flats.
gonna say. Like Jesus Christ, man.
The vajayjay.
The JJs or the DDs is what this man was trying to put out, bro. God damn, Cody's wildin'. And then he
Oh, the
said,
flats.
then the man said the vaginas have more meat than foul, bro. Cody, I don't know what's going on. Your marriage alright?
Facts.
Your marriage
Damn,
alright?
bro.
Is she doing
This
okay?
man Cody needs a checkup from the neck up, I think.
That's a crazy question. The flaps.
But
are
nah,
better.
dude, if I'm getting chicken wings, the flats are way better, dude.
Yeah, flats.
100%.
Yeah.
So it is.
There you go. Is ranch
sir.
should bacon be crispy or chewy?
Both.
Crispy.
Both,
Crispy.
both, but I
it-
prefer
it-
crispy.
It should have components of both.
Oh, there's guys.
Because
love
if
the
it's
word
That's
crispy.
fair.
if it's just crispy, it's like nah. I don't want that
True,
shit just
true,
shattering in my
true,
mouth and like cutting
true.
all my mouth up.
Hey, get it.
Nah,
Just
screw
put
that
some
shit.
peanut butter with it, then, man. Just solidify.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That fixes everything, honestly.
It does clearly. Is ranch a topping that belongs on pizzas?
No.
No for
Um,
me.
I don't know, I guess.
I mean, ranch is pretty good on pizza. Like it's the pizza that I normally get is buffalo chicken pizza, and they put ranch on it, and it's really good.
Nice.
Well, we have to split the middle on that.
Should you eat
Yeah.
mac and cheese with a fork or spoon?
Fork.
Fork.
If I eat Easy Mac, I use a spoon. which is like a pre-made kind of thing that you can make in a box that's like mac and cheese here in Australia. But I mean, it works with both. It doesn't really matter, does it? It's like that's reasonable, right? It's like if you ask someone, oh, would you eat soup with a fork or a spoon? It's like obviously you use a spoon, idiot. But it's like with mac and cheese,
I use a fork.
I'm playing hard mode. I'm using a fork.
The Dark Souls of eating.
I'm sat there 6 hours trying to eat it, bro. All right. What do you call the end of a loaf of bread?
Bum.
Yeah, the butt.
The end of the loaf.
It's like those
one slice of bread that's like the end of the loaf.
No, I was calling it the end of the loaf.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh.
I call it the butt as well, I think. He said butt. I've also heard it known as the heel of the bread.
Right.
Yeah, the heel of bread.
And also, like in Australia, I don't know if it's in America, it's like the devil's ass is what my friends call it. Like the end of the bread is the devil's cheeks, man.
What are they into? Goddamn.
I don't fucking know, bro. Some psychopaths out there, man. How do you pronounce caramel? He says
caramel.
Okay, we're all on the same
boat
then.
Because some people say caramel, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Caramel is like a different thing, isn't it?
Where's the A? Where's the second A gone? It's just disappeared. Caramel. Like, come on.
Caramel. C-A-R-M-E-L.
Where's the other A gone?
Some people say it. I've heard it before.
Yo, they're bugging.
Yeah, weird people.
Final food question. Oh God. For a cheeseburger, does the cheese go on top of or below the patty? Below, right on top of that peanut butter. Shut up, you weird man.
Yes.
Why the fuck would it go below?
That's what I don't get that. That makes no sense. Cheese on the meat, so it gets melted.
Yeah. That's dumb.
So what?
So I guess like
you want the cheese to melt on the bun?
Yeah.
I don't think it works that way.
Below, right on top of it. Wait, so he puts the patty. No, he says below, right on top of the. So he puts the cheese below the meat.
Oh.
He says below, right on top of that peanut butter.
Cody's losing some points here, I think.
Bro, Cody is a psychopath.
Yeah, this is the sus one, bro.
Cody's, I don't know, man. I don't know, dude. You had us a peanut butter, but now you're talking about dicks and vaginas for the fucking chicken wings and God knows what. This man's out of control. Much love as always, guys, and drum roll, please. The food tier list has been completed. Just typing out an index sheet for it because some of the foods may be hard to follow in the image. I'll have this to you in the next coming weeks. Thanks, as always, guys. Your boy, Cody in Canada. Thank you, Cody. We will be making a GGP extra.
Cody Co.
Thank you, Cody.
What's his little nickname?
That's his new nickname, Cody Co, I guess.
I'm looking forward to this food tier. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We will be recording that as a GGP extra video, I reckon. So that'll be interesting for sure. But that kind of wraps us up there. But before we wrap up, I want to give a special shout out to our members. At the GGP Producer tier, you have TheLordShiro, Alex Wisniewski, and Omni. At the Perfect tier, you have Kisa. At the Great tier, you have MyDrunkenMoneky and Cody. And at the Good tier, you have Ryoiin and Stump D Gacha. If you want to support us any further, make sure you go hit that join button. And while you're down there, hit the subscribe button. And also hit the like button as well, because, you know, why the hell not? But,
yeah, you gotta do it.
Yeah, right now. I'm waiting.
Yeah.
And if you listened all the way up until this point, type crispy bacon in the comment section.
Done. Crispy bacon in the comment section down below if you've listened to this point. But that does wrap us up for another episode of the Good Great Perfect Podcast, episode 63. As always, if you enjoyed today's episode, like I said, hit the join button, support us financially. Hit the subscribe button, support us non-financially. Hit the like button, support us algorithmically. And comment, to do all of them. You know what I mean? But you can go down in the description to our link tree link that is linktr.ee/GoodGreatPerfect. There you can find us on all the social media platforms being being on Twitter at GGP Podcast, obviously on YouTube as well, on anchor.fm/GoodGreatPerfect as well. We can find us on all different varieties of audio-only platforms, and the main ones being Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts as well. Whilst you're down in the description, go to all of our social medias. Go follow us on Twitter. Go subscribe to us on YouTube. I don't know. Go donate to Flame's donation link if you really want to do that. By all means, you know, he needs the support. This man's lost. But I think that's do it. Do it. But with that being said, I think that wraps us up. I've been Captain Poppy, Flame, Knight, and Todd. Thank you all for listening to another episode. Talk to us next time. Peace.
Bye.
Bye, Elden Ring.
Bye. Oh shit, Drew. Yeah, bye Elden Ring.